Good evening, everyone. I'm Shane TUTOR here with another health supplement tip for the day. So today I want to tell you guys about a story that was pretty remarkable, and I heard these types of stories over and over again when I lived in Windsor, Ontario. So when I first started working in health food stores, we used to sell a lot of this supplement called FLOR Essence. And what I'm going to do is the two supplements I'm going to kind of mention in here, FLOR Essence and ESSIAC, I'll put some links below in the description. Now, I know they're available here in Canada. I don't know if they're available in the United States, anywhere like that, but you guys can look into it. So I used to sell a lot of this fluorescence, and I was pretty new to the industry, and I didn't know why it was selling so well. And then one day somebody told me it's very effective for cancer. And I was like, I was totally clueless. But in Windsor, Ontario, people were telling me there was a lot of cancer in Windsor. I was really new to the health industry, and people were coming in and they were buying this stuff by the case. They were buying, 6 bottles at a time, or they'd get the dry version of the fluorescence where you can make it yourself, and people would use it over and over again. There was fluorescence, which sold a lot. That has, I think, 8 herbs in it, and there's an original formula called ESSIAC. So ESSIAC was designed in Ontario. There's some miracle stories. If you look up ESSIAC, just go to you're on YouTube, type in ESSIAC cancer, and you'll probably see some documentaries on it. Phenomenal stuff. But I think fluorescence was probably based on those same 4 herbs in that original formula. They added another additional 4. Anyway, so there was this couple that kept coming in. They were 2 seniors, and they kept buying fluorescence. Like every week they'd come in, they'd buy fluorescence, and one day I just stopped them and I said, why do you buy fluorescence so much? And the older man told me his story, and it was phenomenal. Like, I've heard these stories, like I said, over and over again, but his was pretty great. So he was telling me he was diagnosed with cancer, and he was basically on his deathbed at the hospital. They said, you have less than a month to live. And what he started to do is he started to take a few supplements, and one was fluorescence. He took shark cartilage, and he took energy supplement. They don't make anymore, but it had like bee pollen in it, and maybe some ginseng, just to help boost his energy levels. And sure enough, he was on his deathbed. They told him he was going to pass, and he was fine. He would walk the mall every day, and I'd seen him for a couple of years, and he was doing great. So this stuff, he claims, got rid of his cancer and turned him into a healthy person again. And he was walking the mall over and over again. I'd always see him and his wife, and some time had passed, maybe a year or half a year, I can't remember, but I hadn't seen them, and she came in by herself one day, and I said, well, how are you? Where's your husband? She said, well, he passed. And I said, well, what happened? And she told me he had a cough one day, and he ended up going to the doctors, and they put him in the hospital, and he just had a cough, and they kept giving him more prescriptions, and sure enough, he died in a hospital bed. Now, it had nothing to do with cancer at that point, that she said. Like, she didn't say, well, the cancer came back, and that's why he passed. He just maybe had a cold, and he, I don't know the full story. I just know that this fluorescence and this cocktail he was on got him healthy again, and then he just had like a cold, and then she told me, he got on all these medications and took his life. So that was her story. But getting back to it is, so this fluorescence, what I did after that is I started to look into it. And I remember at this one time ordering a bunch of paperwork from the company, and they sent me like amazing paperwork. I don't even know if you can still get it here in Canada, because it may be, with the laws, they may not be able to publish that literature on it, but talking about tumor shrinking, that type of thing. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to leave some links to these products below. I've recommended it to a lot of people. Now, will it work for everyone? I don't know. I can't say it will and I can't say it won't. But I've heard amazing stories over the years. So either look into fluorescence or ESSIAC. And if you have used these products and you are a cancer survivor, leave us some comments below, because everybody is going to want to know these stories. And this is a product, it's strange because I moved from southern Ontario, where it sells a lot, to western Canada, and it barely sells out here. So I think it's, regional. It's, some people hear it and maybe it's recommended a lot, and people will use it in certain parts of the country. In other parts of the country, people have never heard of it. So that's why I kind of made this video, is if you are looking for a supplement to maybe help improve your health, you may want to look into one of these two products. So that's been my video for the day. Hopefully it helps somebody out, and share it on social media. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Remember, subscribe to the channel. And I'm Shane Chacha saying stay healthy, stay motivated. I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.